Hey, how is everybody doing? No long intros, honey, because we got to get into this video. Now, um, y'all, I've been trying to move on, but the information is coming, and I have some more information with regards to Porsha Williams. And I'm going to actually have to walk this back to kind of get y'all to kind of understand where I'm coming from. Now, the reason why it says paid $50,000 is simply because, oh, in Hi Nigeria, I know y'all are here. So somebody from Nigeria reached out to me and gave me some information with regards to Porsha Williams and her alleged activities over in Nigeria. Now, people have been saying, and apparently she's been posting that she has been in Nigeria, going to Nigeria. Well, I have some information, and I have to say alleged because I wasn't there. But I didn't see it. But as I'm saying is, originally, we mentioned a video that was released by Tasha K. And I'm going to get into the video to kind of make y'all understand, because otherwise you're not going to understand where I'm coming from. So originally, we gave commentary on a video that Tasha K did. Now, in Tasha K's video, Tasha K said that allegedly Porsha was in some kind of relationship with the Nigerian president. And I'm going to have to get into that, a snippet of that video that Tasha K did. And the reason being is because I need to kind of pull it all together. And without her video, it's not going to make much sense what I'm actually going to, say in the end. So in this video, and this is courtesy of Tasha K, and hi chat, because I kind of just jumped in, didn't I? So this video is courtesy of Tasha K. So let's kind of get into a snippet of what Tasha K is saying. Now, in this video, what Tasha K said is Porsha Williams' new married man. So let's get that started, and then I'm going to explain to you guys exactly why the thumbnail says what it says.
Porsha. So, exclusive. So everyone knows in the industry that Porsha was having trouble, has been having trouble financially trying to pay for the mansion that she shares with Simon. Okay, and so Simon has been detained with ICE because she thought it was a hello, Porsha, great idea to apparently, and we're going to say allegedly, have him picked up by ICE so that she could film in the house and they could air episodes explaining what happened between, her and Simon. Right? It's what happens when you take somebody else's husband. You don't know what all comes with him. Fallon was cool with that, but you decided to meddle. And so like everybody got a little financial dirt and issues like that, but they said Porsha didn't have a way to keep up those payments on that house at all. And Simon has, even though he's locked up in ICE and detained, he has stopped all payments and he's willing to let the house go. She can't afford it. Yeah. And I know y'all think them housewife checks be paying, but they don't be paying like that. And Porsha really ain't got no products like that yet. I mean, they're not selling like they're supposed to be selling. And so this has been talked about for quite some time. And so she's had to think of a way to get the bills paid. And so a little bird put something in my ear. When Simon get out, don't worry. Simon's going to sit down with us, even if we got to go to Africa to get it done. Okay? Yeah. So just stay tuned for that. But Porsha, okay? Now, we put out all of the husbands, okay? Over the years, there's been a lot of husbands, but Porsha just posted a picture.
Now, guys, I just want to interrupt because, like I said, I'm going to tie it all in at the end. Pay attention to Porsha's dress in this outfit that she has on.
Some pictures and a very custom high-end African embroidered dress. It's very high-end. It's very expensive. Like stuff like this with the gold and stuff like that. I would say, yeah, I don't want want to put a number on it, but it is custom made, right? And then she tagged this photo with RHOA, the Nigerian artist.
So y'all pay attention. Not what Tasha is really alluding to is that this outfit that Porsha has could have come from Nigeria. I guess it was a Nigerian stylist. So just pay attention to that.
And she had a caption with it. And here's the caption. It says Queen Bat.
Okay. So if y'all remember, I did commentary on this video. I need to bring this back to y'all memory because you got to remember this to understand where I'm going to go with this video. So Porsha posted this video and she put Queen Bat. Now listen to what Tasha is saying with regards to who Tasha is alleging that Porsha was messing around with, but I have information of who it is. It's not him, but it's somebody very close to him. So let's finish listening to Tasha.
Queen Bat. I know y'all wonder who is Queen and who is Bat. Why does she have on a custom African dress out of nowhere? Porsha has been wearing American clothes ever since she, filed for divorce from Simon. Now, she's been going up over to Africa. She's been flying, her and Phaedra them, and they've been over there, doing what they do best, looking for their next victim. And she's particularly been in Nigeria a few times. When you look at her social media, she has been in her American clothes. But lately, she's back at it. And she was doing this when she was with Simon. So it's like, well, who is she doing this for? Who is she back wearing African clothes for? She ain't got no African husband that she with. Who is she doing it for? And so I know Nigeria is probably about to drag me, but I don't give a damn. And we give y'all wine years before it comes out. And so the Queen and the Bat symbol stands for... Hold on, Jasmine. Hold on. Let me get my little... Let's see if they can guess. Are they guessing in the chat, Jasmine? So Porsha's latest victim is... Hold on, because Hold on. Are they able to guess in the chat, Jasmine?
No, I think they waiting on you. Huh? They waiting on you.
Waiting on me?
To the screen.
All right. So Porsha, and we're going to say allegedly, of course, latest victim that happens to be married is Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there because this is where I needed Tasha to lead us to. So Bola is the Nigerian, president. And I had pretty much did a video on this. I pretty much just did commentary on what Tasha K had already did. The reason that I wanted to play Tasha's video is because the information that I received today contradicts what Tasha says, but what the information leads to, because somebody told me that it is not him, but it is. If y'all can guess who it is that's close to him, put it in the chat before I tell y'all who it is. Now, I do have to say, allegedly, the person that told me is from Nigeria. They wanted to remain anonymous, but I also want to let y'all know this. The Nigerian people was reaching out saying, that's not our president. And I was like, well, I don't know. I was really just doing commentary on Tasha's video. His son, it is in fact his son, allegedly. So let's get into it. You guessed it. But before I get into it, this is another thing I want to bring to y'all attention. Now, if you notice, Tasha K had put up that picture of Porsha, and what Tasha K said is in Porsha's caption, she put Queen Bat. Guess what I did? I went back to look for that, and guess what? It's been removed. So Porsha, she left the Queen, but she removed the Bat. Now, this is that same dress. So what ended up happening is it looks like she filmed in a dress. But what ended up happening is after Tasha K released her video, for some reason, Porsha removed the bat. So the bat is no longer on her profile. And I'm going to go back and let me share it for y'all so y'all can actually see. She removed the bat, which was on there before. So I started thinking, I said, so she must have saw, Tasha K's video, because if you guys look here, it says, what does it say? Largos Estosa is coming home. And then it says Queen with an airplane. Before, she actually had Queen back. So she removed it. So in my thinking, I said, why did Porsha remove that? Well, again, the information that I got today, I'm going to show you guys. And let me just make sure y'all understand, when people tell me stuff, I mean, sometimes they want to remain anonymous. And, if they do, they can. I mean, who am I to try to expose somebody for telling me something? So here is the actual man that they said allegedly she was messing with. But y'all, this is the part that is really crazy with regards to this. And let me just stop here, y'all, because I got to make sure y'all are liking the video. Please like the video. Please, please, please. Because I know y'all gonna like the video. I'm not going to check. So let's finish. Now, I got to look at my notes because he gave me some notes. So this is what I want y'all to know. This is his son, 𝐶𝐈. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but this is a married man. Now, the person from Nigeria that gave me this information, this is what he said. And I'm going to say allegedly, because again, we got to say allegedly if we don't know that the information is true, but I'm still going to tell you about it. So the informant, I'm going to call him an informant, told me that they inquired about the video that basically said that the president of Nigeria was in some kind of relationship with Porsha. He said the information that he was told is that Porsha flew down to Nigeria private and she was with the son. The son paid her $50,000. $50,000. 50,000. Y'all heard it. She got paid $50,000 to go on a date. Y'all can put the rest of it together. Now, he said that she came down, I guess around the time her and Simon was going through the divorce. He said he wasn't really sure on the date because I guess this was information that he had gotten from somebody else. Now, the reason that I wanted to bring up Tasha K's video for a few reasons is because the man that Tasha K originally had stated that she was dealing with was actually his father. So I believe that is where it kind of got a little bit mixed up. But as y'all can see, I'm going to scroll down on his profile. There go his daddy right there. There's his dad. There he goes. Is that him? It looked like him, but let's scroll down because there's more. So he has pictures of his father. So let me continue to scroll. And this guy, oh, there he goes. He's right there. So that's his father. Now this guy, I believe, I think I saw 3 children on his Instagram. It was confirmed that he actually does have 3 children. And this is his wife. Now, one thing that this guy told me, this is what this guy told me. He said, I said, so can you kind of explain to me? Because I'm not going to try to figure out anything. If you're going to give me information, I need you to tell me. Just tell me. I'm not going to try to figure it out. Okay. So what he said is, let me get my notes. So what this guy told me is this guy that she hooked up with is married, and he also deals in Diddy sort of behavior. Diddy, sort of behavior. He said he deals in, he didn't say Diddy sort of behaviors. He actually said orgies. I think I can say that. That is what he said. He also said that this guy does other things, like getting high and stuff like that. He said that. Now, with regards to you know, the information. I believe I asked them like, wow, I mean, he just paid. I mean, you just paid 50,000. So what I was told is, I don't know if, you know, Nigeria, just like the reality stars, but I mean, y'all, we watched the Diddy trial. I know some of y'all watched the Diddy trial and where he was paying a lot of money. So, you know, this guy has money. Obviously, his father is the president. So his father is the president. And what I was told is, you know, she flew private down to be with this guy and that it is not the father, which I said, oh, wait a minute. This kind of makes a lot of sense. I said, because originally the video that I did commentary on Tasha K's video, which, you know, Tasha K said that allegedly it was the father, but from what I heard and was told today, it is actually the son, and that the son is into a lot of little, you know, I'm gonna say Diddy like activities, because I mean, having sex with multiple people at the same time to me is giving Diddy like activities. Now, I always got to say it's alleged because I don't know. I wasn't there, but this is the information that I was told today. In fact, my video for tonight was going to be a little bit different, but I said, hey, we're going to get into this. Now, one of the most interesting things about what this guy said is it actually tied into pretty much everything that Tasha K said, except he said, y'all made a mistake. It is not the father. He said, and I want to make this clear, he said the Nigerian president, which, you know, Tasha K said that, you know, she had information that it was the Nigerian president. He said, absolutely not. He said the Nigerian president, it's not him, but it is most definitely his son. He said he has information, whoever he knows, confirmed that, hey, it's not him. It is his son. So the son, which I said, okay, he nice looking. And my first, you know, question, I said, well, dang. I said, so did she not know he was married? Now, I don't know how, you know, he knows these things, but he said, absolutely, she knows that he's married. She likes married guys. Now, this is what I was told allegedly. Well, here's the deal. Do we need to actually act like Porsha don't like married men? Are we going to sit up there and act like that? Because if y'all don't remember this, in which, let me bring up this little snippet here, because she did, in fact, tell Angela that she wanted to do what? What did she tell Angela? If y'all remember, put it in the chat. She told Angela she wanted to do what with her husband?
They continue to talk.
What did she tell Angela? She said she wanted to do what with Angela's husband? If y'all don't remember, I do. Let's get it playing here.
Porsha having a good time in the middle of the night.
I heard Charles had a baby, and Shamia said that he always.
Wait a minute, y'all. Let me get this going. Because Porsha said she wanted to do what? She wanted to do what with Charles?
Okay. I thought we were making a music video, just outside having a good time in the middle of the night.
I heard Charles had a baby, and Shamia said that he always out.
Okay, we don't care about that. But what she said, I got to pull it back a little bit more. What did Porsha say that she wanted to do with Charles?
She better stop before I her husband.
Okay. She said what now? Porsha said what? Wait a minute. Porsha didn't say that. Porsha said she wanted to do what to that lady husband? Because they're telling me that Porsha flew to Nigeria to be with somebody's husband for a whopping 50,000 smackaroos.
Porsha saying she better stop before I her husband.
Okay, so we're going to sit up here and act like that this is far-fetched? Is it? Like, is this far-fetched? Because if you say on your job to your coworker, your husband, no, those are not the kind of things you say when you get drunk. Because let me just tell you something. Because I don't really drink now, but baby, when I did, I told nothing but the truth. Everything came out my mouth was the truth. What they say, a sober person? What do they speak the truth? I know it's something like that. Okay, so if she did not sleep with people's husbands, why did she tell Angela, I'ma F your husband? Because what I've been told is that Porsha flew down to Nigeria private on a jet to be with this man right here. This guy right here. He a nice looking man too, but only one thing. He's a nice married man. He's a married man. This is a married man. Now, what I've been told is he's a wild married man because he likes to do things. That's what I've been told. And one of the things is he liked to sleep with like 2 women at the same time. Yeah, that's what I've been told. And this is his this is his Instagram. Now, I did a little research on him, and it turns out that he is the son of that same Nigerian president that, Tasha K said she was messing with. But it doesn't appear that she's actually messing with the Nigerian president. Allegedly, she's messing with his son. Okay. Now, I guess these guys, they get buck wild. They had these little parties, but I don't know if he gave you $50K, would you go down there and spend a night or 2 with him? I mean, what y'all saying in the chats? Yeah, you said no surprise here, right? So yeah, they're saying that for $50K, she was with this nice gentleman for the whopping price of $50,000. Who is his dad is over military. So this guy is the son of the president of Nigeria, which is let me see if I can find his page. I thought I brought it up. So yeah, this is the son of the Nigerian president who originally I did commentary on Tasha K's video, but this is the guy in which, Porsha said Queen Bat. Well, because of his initials, I can't even pronounce his first name. Asawu Bola Ahmed, ABAT. Tinubu. So that's where they get the bat from. I'm sorry. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, BAT. So Porsha originally had this in a caption of a video that she did, which was BAT. Now, once Tasha K did her video, Porsha took that out of her caption and she just had Queen on there with an airplane. But before it said Queen Bat. Now, Tasha K had said that she was messing around with the husband. Now, they called to let me know to say, no, Porsha is not messing around with our Nigerian president, but it is his son. It's his son. That is what I was told today. He wanted to set the record straight. The son is, I guess, out here, doing what he do. He has a wife. I mean, I guess a lot of men do this. I don't know. And he flew Porsha out allegedly for $50,000, paid her $50,000. She flew on a private jet. And that is who she was allegedly with and not the father. I have no idea what you mean, Unique. His father, the president, has only one wife. I don't know what you mean, because I never said anything about his father or how many wives he had. But this is it, y'all. They saying that Porsha. Oh, he also says that and y'all probably saw this on her Instagram. I don't really look at her Instagram that much, but he said she was also there for Christmas. So I guess she was down there for Christmas. So what the hell is going on in Nigeria, honey? They flying the girls out paying $50K. $50K. I don't know. Maybe it's different in Nigeria. Nigeria is not the United States. I don't know. Listen, the man told me the tea and said that she was flued out allegedly and paid $50,000. And then y'all got to understand, you know, this is Nigeria. These men got that money. I don't know. I mean, you know, Diddy was doing some little crazy stuff too. Says, Pops, you up next. Well, here's the deal. The father doesn't have anything to do with this. So somehow the father's name got mixed into it simply because she put B-A-T, and that's his initials. So I'm not sure why she used B-A-T, possibly because, you know, his father is the president of Nigeria, but unfortunately, it's not the dad. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, people were sending me stuff like, she's not messing with the Nigerian president. I mean, I didn't know if she was messing with the Nigerian president or not. My video previous was just commentary on a video that Tasha K had did. So with regards to that story that said that Porsha was messing with the president of Nigeria, they're saying that no, it's not the president of Nigeria. It is his son, who is actually a married man. So that, you know, narrative about her messing with you know, the Nigerian president is simply, they say that's not true. He said that is actually his son. Yes, yes, yes. So Porsha. And do y'all remember when Porsha came out and she was telling us about her relationship with Simon, and then she told us that he had no red flags for her? Did y'all remember that? Well, let's get into it, because Porsha said that Simon didn't have any red flags, but now I'm starting to think maybe she was the one with the damn red flag.
Married life is amazing. It's just such a blessing to have like my own best friend, you know, that I get to cuddle with. You know what I'm saying? Like last night was not a formal date night at all. We just took advantage of the fact that PJ was with her dad, and we just had drinks, and we just sat on our downstairs on our patio. We didn't even turn the TV on. We didn't turn the TV on. We didn't turn on music. It was just he and I just sitting down there chatting, talking. I think we cried about something. I don't know. Maybe that was the alcohol, but I don't know. It's just so good, y'all. Find y'all partner. Keep y'all standards high, okay? And if it's someone that's showing red flags, just leave, okay? Period. I don't care. It could be the smallest red flag. You are not meant to fix them. Walk away. Because when I tell you, my husband didn't have red flags. He had red flags to other people. But to me, I knew they were not red flags for me. So if he had red flags that were red flags for me, I would have walked away. And when I tell you, it's just so wonderful, y'all. Married life is amazing. It's just such.
So Simon had no red flags. I'm starting to think then, did she have the damn red flags? Because why are these people saying that she's flying out to Nigeria for $50K? $50K, flying out to Nigeria for $50K. If y'all think that she flew out to Nigeria for that $50K, put a 1 in the chat. If you think that maybe it's not true, put a 2 in the chat. I think she did it, so I'm putting a 1. What y'all think? If you think that Porsha flew out to Nigeria for the $50K, put a 1 in the chat. If you think, I don't know, maybe not, I don't believe it, put a 2. I want to know what y'all think. I want to know what you think. I see 1, 2. Okay. Okay. Well, 2 2s. Okay. Oh, so you say she free? Well, I think that she want to try to get something based on this whole marriage. So you said right, Nigeria. So Sonic's girl, I don't know what type of Nigerian you done had, but you know, from the information that I have from Nigerians. Maybe, you had like a broke one or something, but the information that I'm learning is Nigerians are pretty cool. Maybe it's just the ones that you had. So, you know, yeah. So, yeah, they saying that she got flued out. So, if you don't believe that Porsha got flued out, why did she have that in her caption and then she removed it? So, why did she do that? Do you know why? Because if she didn't get flued out in the video that Tasha K did, which again, Tasha K said she was messing with the father, why did she remove that out of the caption then? I mean, if you have nothing to hide, why did she remove that out? Because clearly it was there before. Girl, I'm not giving you no pig. Girl, get alive. Get out of here. I'm about to. Girl, you about to get up out of here. Move. You said we need a picture or something. Girl, will you fly down there and get one? Half of y'all don't even like the video and you telling me you need a picture or something. You fly down there and get one then. Porsha and Phaedra both flew to Nigeria before yeah, I think I saw that before the new season. Yes, honey, she done got flew out to Nigeria and paid $50,000. Ain't nobody making that up. But of course, I have to say allegedly, but hey, I mean, I believe it. She had red flags since Cordell. That's why he threw her behind out, no money, and ripped up wedding gown. So you think that Porsha went to Nigeria for nothing? You think that she went to Nigeria for nothing? I mean, I don't know. I don't think that. I mean, if you look at the receipts, let's kind of break it down again. If you look at the receipts, I mean, even with this one, let's go back to this one. I mean, it's you know that she was definitely in Nigeria. We know what this guy's initials are. Again, if I go back and look at Tasha K's video here, Porsha captioned Queen Bat. She captioned that. Now, after Tasha K did that video, for some reason, it disappeared. So why did Porsha take that off? Why did she remove Queen Bat? Why did she remove that? Here it goes right here. She took it out. So what was she hiding that she removed the bat out of this photo? Look for the clip entitled Porsha Williams Breaks Now After Nigerian President Dumped Her. Huh? So in this particular caption of this video, Porsha originally had Queen Bat. Why did she remove the bat out of there? Why? It's gone. She removed it. So it's something not adding up. So if everything that Tasha K originally said just didn't make sense, why did Porsha go and remove this? She removed it. Why did she do that? eBay, listen, what you saying, I already know because I've been told that a year or so ago. What you're saying what you just said in the chat, they've been told me that. I mean, I never said anything. I was, waiting for that, the actual time. I did see that Thelma, how she was dancing at that reception. I was really, surprised that, that she was dancing like that. And I was wondering, because Simon kind of seemed uncomfortable. But of course, I'm like, I don't know. EA, you on to something. At Shioma, I said the same thing, but I guess the guy can't be charged since he lives in Nigeria. I don't know what the Nigeria laws are, and who gonna tell? I mean, the women that were with Diddy, did they tell, or did they, or did the state force them to come to court? I mean, you getting paid $50,000. Who telling? Who's telling? And I mean, I don't know what the laws are in Nigeria. Maybe he's gonna say he paid for her time. I have no idea. But this is why it kind of makes a little bit of sense, because when you go back and try to change stuff, it says right here, bat, and it says queen, but she took off the bat. It's gone, Why did she take that off? Why did she change it? So, some things here is just not adding up. It's not adding up. And out of all the videos, and I want y'all to know this too, out of all the videos that I did and talked about Porsha, do y'all know that this was the only one that they brought up in court? So why is she so pressed about that? So there's something that's just not adding up here. It's something just ain't adding up. You go and remove the bat from your caption, and then it's giving that you're pressed for some kind of reason. Exactly, Boggs girl. See, that's why I like Boggs girl. You be following what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Porsha originally had Queen Bat. After she had the Queen Bat, Tasha K did this video right here. I'm going to show it to y'all again because I guess some people ain't following. So Tasha K did this video. And in this video, Tasha K said, oh, it appears that she's allegedly messing with the Nigerian president. Now, after Tasha K did that video, I did a video and said, wait a minute, is Porsha messing with the Nigerian president? But what Porsha did in turn is she went and changed the caption. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is the Nigeria people be sending me messages, and some of them was mad, like, she ain't messing with our president. So if Porsha wasn't messing around with this family or somebody in the family, and it's allegedly the married son, why did she take it down? Because I'm thinking they said, girl, take that down. Take that off of there. No, take that down. Because why did she take it down? That wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make no sense. Yes. They demanded that she took it down because, again, the person that told me, I said, can I record you? And they didn't even want to be recorded. So if somebody call and tell me some information, I'm just going to say allegedly and tell. I don't secretly record people. I don't do stuff like that. So this is what they're saying. And if she took it down off the caption, which again, it just doesn't make sense, because if you were not talking about that family, why did you take it down? It just doesn't add up, right? It doesn't add up. So something is seem to be a little bit right here. So for those of you who may have just joined, I started off saying and showing Tasha K's video because Tasha K did a video saying that Porsha was messing around with the Nigerian president. Well, today I received information from somebody that lives in Nigeria who knows, the president, or knows somebody that knows the president, and said, hey, it is not our president. Absolutely not. It is his son. Now, the son allegedly flew her in a private jet down to Nigeria. I asked for the date. He didn't have that information, but what he said is she was paid $250. Lord, I'm off. She was paid $50,000. That's why you got to look at your notes. She was paid $50,000 to come down, have some fun or whatever. Y'all know what that means, with the son. Okay. It was not the father. Okay. Now, he also indicated that she was there for Christmas. I don't know if she was there for Christmas. That's why I say allegedly. He's saying that, she was definitely down there for Christmas, but he just didn't know the date. Because I asked, did you know the date? And he said he didn't. So I was like, wow, but that is what they're saying. Thank you. And I just want y'all to know, like, when somebody says that a person is messing with a married man, and we have watched them at their job say, I'm your husband, I mean, we don't got to think about it too much, because if a person shows you who they are, that's exactly who they are, right? Yesterday, I did a video and we talked about Simon and what he actually said in his interview. And what did Simon say? During the time he was going through his divorce, Porsha was in his inbox. And what I need y'all to understand, a man going through a divorce Although some people feel like when a person goes through a divorce, that you can talk to them and that's your choice, but they are still married. A man or woman going through a divorce is still married. So Simon said, hey, Porsha was in my inbox telling me I'ma pray for you. But it looks like she was trying to get with him. That's what it looks like. What y'all saying in the chat? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Bob's girl. Let me tell you something. I was thinking about this today when I was going to get my breakfast. I used to wonder about men, like, why do they be so attracted to butts and stuff? I'm telling you, booty will make a man lose his entire mind. I'm sorry, that's my Boggs girl. Crystal Lake. A booty will make a man lose his entire mind. I'm telling you, it is something about a booty that drives them jokers insane. And I kind of was like, I was riding because I never forget one time I was at a store and I turned around and this lady, this was a white lady. So I was just like, this lady butt was so big and round. I found myself like looking like I couldn't stop looking at this. Like her butt was like bam, like a black girl's. And I was just like, oh my God. And I was like, is that why men be so asphyxiated on booties? But baby, that booty, I'm telling you, got them going crazy, honey. Telling you that booty. What you say? Doesn't the president? Wait, I missed that. Somebody said, my husband is African. You can't tell me anything. Tell us, Kay, how they get down, girl, because I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they get down. Oh, okay. You said okay. You said I have been to Nigeria several times, and that's probably why they like that. I mean, that's oh, Boggs girl, I heard that. They said the BBLs be stanking. Now I did hear that. Maybe not on everybody. I don't know. Ooh, we see. I ain't got one. I have no idea. But if it stank, it ain't gonna never work for me because I can't go with smells. Okay, what you say, Mary? I keep saying Porsha is playing a dangerous game with Simon. She laughing now, but will be crying later, allegedly. Well, listen, honey, y'all know them Nigerians. Let me tell you something about them Nigerians. What I learned, honey, they stick together. They stick together. So all of Nigeria, y'all watching me. Hey, y'all. Look, I roll with y'all. Look, I roll with Nigeria. She's embarrassed because that's a married man. But here's the thing, though, Lily. I mean, I don't even think, because when I was talking to this guy on the phone, I said, well, does she know he married? Like, what's going on with that? He was like, yeah, that's, she liked married men. That's really what she likes. And you know what he said to me, which made a lot of sense, and I didn't think about it. He said she likes married men because guess what? Messing with a married man, a married man, you see what I'm saying? He has something to lose. So a married man is probably going to do whatever because he don't want you to mess up really what he got going on, allegedly. So, word on the street is that's what she liked. But I don't know why we would, be surprised by that when we've watched, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, we heard her say it out of her own mouth. There was always that information where we assumed that for some reason she had been messing around with Simon when he was actually with Fallon, and then Fallon to come out and do an interview and say, hey, Simon was messing around with Porsha a year before we ever, got divorced. So it's all starting to make sense. Don't admire a woman who traveled thousands of miles for $50K. What did Porsha Suge Avery Williams do for that $50,000? You know what? Baby, that's out of my league because women like her is dangerous, have no boundaries. Yeah. My ex before I got married was a Nigerian doctor, lied, cheat, deceptive. So this is the thing though. The women keep saying that the Nigerians not good. The men are not good. But I'm just wondering, is maybe the ones that y'all because I don't know. So I don't have any experience with any Nigerians. In fact, I don't even know any Nigerians. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. Ain't the same. Nola, boyfriend and marriage ain't the same. Marry one, go to his country, be around his family, and find out the reality. Being married to an African man is not for the weak. Oh my God. You said being married to an African man ain't for the weak? Girl, are they better than these black ones? Tell me what you mean, Shioma, my lover. They're not, and I'm Nigerian. Trust me, what you mean when you say they're not. I don't know what you mean. I'm trying to understand your comment, Shioma. Let me know in the chat. So what y'all think about this? Because I was like, oof. Well, let me tell them about that then. So yeah, they saying that she flew on down and hung out with this married man for $50K. Okay. And Sonic, so that is what I heard. Like I don't think I've ever met anybody that said anything bad about Nigerian men. So when I'm, reading y'all stuff in the chat and some people saying, "Ooh, no, don't mess with them Nigerians." I'm confused because from the people that I may have come in contact with who may have dated a Nigerian, they had good things to say. So you said Nigerian men have money and know how to treat women. That's why they will even steal to keep up with a booty like Porsha. Oh, I didn't read that. You said it was steal. Girl. Jay said, my husband is Nigerian. I haven't experienced any of that. They aren't all the same. We have been married for 7 years. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. Somebody else. Let me see what you say. You said, I messed with a Nigerian. I had my SS card and birth certificate and ID. He's safe. Okay. The women in Nigeria are housewives and don't believe in divorce. Their men are considered heads of households, and that's why they put up with their cheating husbands. You know what, Thelma? That makes sense because as we learn, with the Simon and Porsha divorce fiasco, is one of the things is he did not want her to work. And that was just I guess one of his maybe traditions because I guess Fallon didn't either. So I can understand that. I really can understand that. I got it. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. What y'all saying in the chat? Somebody said Hosea Williams marched for civil rights. So P.U. Porsha Williams. Wait a minute. You said another Nigerian tried to date me while he was living in the same apartment, married. They love Black women, but they're deceptive. You know what? You know what you just brought to my memory? I remember when I first moved to Georgia. And where I was staying at, it was nice, but I'll never forget. It was this, I think he was African though. He kept trying to talk to me, but he was like really aggressive and I would just ignore him. But y'all, guess what? I saw this fool coming out with his wife and his baby. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it was so crazy because I'm like, this man got a whole family. I didn't talk to him. I just really ignored him, but I always felt like he was creepy. And then after I see this fool with his whole family, do you know he still would try to talk to me? And I would be like, could you please, like, first of all, he was gross. I would never talk to him. But the fact that this man was married or had a girlfriend or whatever and had a whole family and continued to try, I was like, this dude is really, really creepy. But the crazy part is I ended up moving away from there, but I still, stayed in the same area. I ended up going to like a store and he was with a whole nother woman. So I guess, he found somebody that was going to put up with his crazy. He was ugly anyway, but this guy was African. Ooh, what you saying? Are y'all planning to date outside your countries? Beware of incurable. Unique, I'm not planning to date nobody. I'm happy with myself. I don't have time to be worried with these type of problems. I'm happy. No, I ain't planning on dating nobody. Do Nigerians have more than one wife? I don't know. Good question. I have no idea. I don't know. I know occasionally I'll get a message from somebody that's not of the, they're not from the United States of America saying some crazy stuff, and I just block them. Somebody said I test for HIV. I never care for one. They are very aggressive. Are you talking about the Africans? I don't like aggressive. I don't like that. So that I don't like that. Get away from me with that. Somebody said a Nigerian man with money will not stay with one woman for 8 years. Nigerian men rent flats for many women all over. What? Oh my God. See, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I am so focused on myself and loving my life. I don't got time for these fools. I'm from the old school. Listen, look, when I had a man, I don't know what they do now, but when I had one, he bought me a house. We lived on the lake, bought me a car. Like I don't play these type of games. I don't know what they doing now. It seems like the new people or the new men, they want you to take care of them? They try to move in with you. I don't know. I'm not with that. So I just feel better not talking to nobody, okay? Because I don't got time for that. I don't know what these guys be up to. Yeah, I don't have time for that. Like, listen, all of that playing these games, think you finna be wasting my time, think you finna, Lord, I'm not. And here's the deal. People got disease, like it. Listen, it's bad now. It's just not like it was when when my kids was little, and I was in a relationship. Things are very different now. So it's like I just want to be disease free in living at this point. I work with Nigerians. That's how I know. Nigerian men with money will keep a wife home, but move with other. What? Wait, somebody, eBay, what'd you say? They don't take American women serious. It's all about a green card for them. Very, scammers. Scamming. What y'all saying? Anyone who gets with Future probably has, not Future. Oh, no. Mm-mm. Oh, yeah, because Simon did say that Porsha was with Future. Now, I don't know if she was, but that's what he said, allegedly. I don't know. A psychic on YouTube said more info is going to come out about Porsha. That's going to, what? Who is that psychic? Put it in the chat. What psychic is that? Well, listen, I discern people. Y'all, people send me stuff that I never even talk about. The person that called me today had information that, in all honesty, when he called, he thought it was me that had put out the story about the Nigerian president. And I had to tell him, I said, no, it wasn't me. I was actually commentating on a video that was previously done. So what I told him was, I said the person who originally released it was Tasha K, which was crazy because he didn't even know who Tasha K was. So I told him, I said, no, she was the original person. I just somehow, piggybacked on it and did my commentary on it. Okay, I know exactly who Sloan. Did y'all say Sloan Bella? I know who she is. She's on YouTube. I'm about to go. Let me go pull it up, y'all. I like Sloan. She predicted that Diddy stuff. She predicted the Diddy stuff. So let's see what she's talking about. She said some stuff in the come out about to make her look bad. Well, hopefully I can find it. Do y'all know when she doesn't? Let's see if I can find it. I don't know. I may not be able to find it if she didn't title it. I don't know if she titled it or not. Let's see. Yeah, I probably won't be able to find it, y'all, because I don't know what she would have titled it. Let's see here. Y'all talking about Sloan Bella. Let's see if I can bring it up. Yeah, Sloan Bella is she's white. Y'all talking about her. I wish I can find the video. Do y'all know the name of it? Those women. Yeah, I wish that somebody said that she did a video on Porsha, but let me see if I can find it really quick. Let's see. If she don't put Porsha's name in the title, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see if it's on here. Let's look at live. Yeah, she doesn't put the name. She doesn't put the name. I don't know if I'm be able to. Yeah, I won't be able to find it. If y'all know the name of it, let me know. But she don't put the names in the title, so I will never be able to find it. Oh, somebody said it's not Sloan. Okay, well, that's probably why I can't find it. Listen, the STD rate in Atlanta and what is it? Texas is, listen, y'all. Listen, it's too much. If y'all know who the psychic is, let me know. Because I have no idea who it is. If anybody know who that psychic is, please let me know. Because I don't think it's Sloan Bella. I think somebody said it's not her. Because I try to look for it on her channel and I wasn't able to do anything. I wasn't able to find it. So what do y'all think about Simon's video that he did with Page 6? And also, here's another thing I want to ask y'all. Why do y'all think Simon went to Page 6 to do an interview after so many Black media companies and bloggers have been following him? Why do y'all think he did an interview with Page 6? Why do y'all think that? Somebody said that they felt like Simon went to like a Page 6 because he did not want to be asked the difficult questions. I just never understood why Simon went to Page 6 to do an interview when you said for more exposure. You think he got more exposure? I don't think I don't. Yeah, if you look, let me look. Because I don't, Page 6, let's see. Because I don't think you would get more. Let me look. Let me look because I want to make sure I'm correct. So you think he would get more exposure on Page 6? They only have, I think it's 200 and something thousand followers. There's some people on on TikTok, not TikTok, on YouTube that have more followers than that. So I don't know if he would get more exposure on Page 6. Right. They didn't really ask him anything. And, quite naturally, when I first saw it, I said, why did he go to Page 6? Because I kind of knew what their follower count was. And I was reading in the chat and some people said, I think he went to Page 6 because he didn't want to be held accountable and ask the hard questions. Page 6 probably not following him like some of the other, bloggers and, smaller media channels, would have been following, which would have, probably asked more of the difficult questions. I don't feel bad for Simon at all. I don't feel bad for Simon at all. He's an old man that's been married 5 times. He married Porsha for her beauty, youth, a fame. Fair exchange is no robbery. So he's getting what he gets. Well, he definitely ain't a victim. I mean, he's not a victim. Oh, okay. I see what you said. Thelma said, because so many Black interviewers is talking negative, I think he went to Page 6 because they would get his message out like he wanted, and he wanted someone to hear his side. Oh, I got you. I got it. You said because a lot of them are talking negative. Okay, that could be it. Okay, that could be it. So he just wanted to get okay. So that makes sense. Okay, he just wanted to get his side out without really going through all of that. Okay, that makes sense. He wanted to get, okay, I get it. His attitude is, I won't be the only one looking bad. Well, I believe that, people, kind of, like her. I don't believe that people don't like Porsha. I believe that people are smart and they know exactly who both of them are. And I also believe is Porsha. Who is this calling me? Why are you calling me and I'm on live? I also believe that Porsha. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. I thought that was a important call because I thought that was my daughter. But anywho, what I've been told is that this guy is allegedly a man that Porsha was flown out to meet. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but that is what I was told. So what are y'all saying in the chat? What are y'all saying? Any woman coming here to talk about their husband has an issue. If I had a Nigerian giving me 400K, I would not have time to come and talk about it. Wait a minute. What you say? Any woman coming here to talk about their husband has an issue. If I had a Nigerian giving me 400K, I would not have time to come here and talk about it. I don't know. I don't know what y'all saying in the chat. He went to page 6 because they are a part of NBC, just like Bravo. Oh, you know what? I didn't know that, Karen. So you're saying page 6 is a part of NBC. I didn't know that. Okay. So okay. Well, that makes sense. Porsha sure does go for the ugly ones. You said go for the ugly ones. I mean, in all honesty, you know, a lot of times they're the ones with the money. You say you thought you got blocked. I didn't block you. I didn't block you. We still here. Somebody, what you saying, Jay? Yes, my husband makes 4K and I'm here. Well, what is going on in the chat? What y'all talking about? So it is something fishy going on. Even judging on the call I got, I had to go because I'm on live, but there is definitely something going on now. People are saying that, you know, allegedly they were saying it was the president. Now today they told me it was this guy. Now somebody just called and said it wasn't this guy. So what's going on over there in Nigeria? Okay. What is going on over there in Nigeria? What y'all down there doing? What y'all hiding? Because everybody could not be lying. One thing for sure is that Porsha put that in her caption. I mean, Tasha K had a picture of it, but now it's removed. Why did she do that? If in fact she is not dealing with this man, if in fact she's not dealing with the president of Nigeria, why is she putting that in her initials? Somebody is lying here. Somebody is not telling the truth. Somebody is lying, but based on what she put in her caption, it seemed like she was messing around with somebody in Nigeria, either this man or his daddy, allegedly. So what y'all doing down there in Nigeria? Nigeria, what are y'all doing? Something is not adding up. Asha said, I don't remember the psychic name. I don't know. Yes, Porsha is the one on the People magazine acting like she is hurt, scorn wife, like Simon did her wrong, but she wouldn't give Bravo none of this tea, which is very interesting, guys. And in court, what Porsha's attorney did say, and we kind of know this because we watch the shows, right? In court, what Porsha's attorney said is, Porsha doesn't know if she's going to come back. Well, we know that pretty much for all of, the housewives. So it's very interesting that, Porsha is on these different, doing interviews, and she's talking about stuff that she didn't even talk about on the show. So it made me think about her attorney when her attorney said she doesn't know if she's coming back. I'm like, girl, you are getting paid to talk about your life, but yet you're doing interviews talking about something that you never talked about on the show. So I was just like, this is really crazy. It's really crazy, with regards to her in these interviews. Now, I think on a platform as big as Bravo, that if you're going to talk about it, that you will talk about it there, especially, you getting paid and you want to come back. So I don't know what the hell Bravo is doing, but I don't know. Porsha didn't give very much. And in fact, she didn't give nothing. She didn't give absolutely anything. Porsha sits in the front of a bowl of diced white onions for 10 minutes before starting a video so she can cry with ease on cue. That's hilarious, because y'all know what? This is one of the things pretty much everybody was saying in the chat. And it's kind of funny because normally when you see people cry, you kind of feel, sympathetic for them. Nobody was feeling it for Porsha. Everybody was like, girl, stop playing. Stop lying. You faking. That's pretty much what y'all was saying in the chat. You said 𝐶𝐸 is a psychic now? Somebody said, could the psychic be 𝐶𝐸? I don't think she a psychic. I don't know about that. She did this before talking about Simon and their relationship, but when he replied, everyone say he is stalking her. Yeah, so yeah, I'm trying to find that video where Porsha did that interview. That damn interview was a mess. It was a hot mess. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. And y'all was eating Porsha up in the comments. Like, girl, shut up. Like, y'all wasn't giving Porsha no.
I can't connect with other men. It's like people trying to introduce me, but it's just when it's not the same, it's not the same. So I'm going to do it different this time. I'm going to be alone until I'm whole. And then when I'm whole, then I will, open myself back up so I don't make the same mistake again. When you go through a bad enough breakup, you're like, I don't like nobody. Like, you're like, I don't like nobody. I was sitting there, I was like, do I like women enough? Can I get with a woman? Like, who can come in and fill this void? Like, oh my God, somebody. I have got to be able to sit with someone and feel a part of what I felt with him. But I don't yet. It'll come. It'll come. But I'm like, and I think that it's lonely. I can't connect. And I think that now that I'm realizing that, because what I've decided is that I'm not going to look for it anymore. So I'm not going to like push myself into dating or anyone or trying to figure out, who do I like? Who could I be around? Because this is probably also part of healing. I mean, just sitting with this, sitting with being alone, sitting with the loss, and let myself heal the loss. And I know I'm crying right now, but I feel good every day, each day. I get better each day. I feel stronger. But I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard living lonely when you have to live lonely for a while. And I think that, well, now that my divorce is finalized, yes, I'm finally able to exhale. I really am. It comes with mixed feelings. It's probably more of like, it's not like a smooth, like,
just like, because it's not smooth yet. Like it's kind of surreal. I mean, divorces are so long and drawn out and so ugly. But I'm just glad not to be in the fight anymore. I'm glad not to battle anymore. I really hope that I can just send love out and be done with like fighting and protecting myself and being in defense mode. I'm just ready to move on and live. I really am. I'm ready for what's next. I really, really am. And I forgive myself and I truly forgive him. And I'm done with the animosity. And I'm done with what could have been. Well, now that my divorce, and I'm done with what could have been. And I'm also done fantasizing about what it could have been. Because when you have a marriage like mine that felt so perfect, you often, after the breakup, fantasize about how perfect it could have been and what you could have done different. And I'm okay now with how everything has happened. And I'm good.
Well, listen, when I say y'all ate her to smithereens in the chat, let's get into it. Somebody said, close your legs to married men, trash box. And then someone else said, blame People magazine for allowing her a platform for shenanigans. Okay. So y'all was eating her up. Okay, bye. And scene. Look, she can't be serious. I don't feel bad for you. You stole that lady's man problems. Like, huh? How you crying about a divorce you started? Simon should be crying. I feel bad for him. Now you should have known God would never send you someone else's husband. Who asked for this interview? And she's still up to no good saying she should screw Charles. Listen, the comments was commenting. So it's just like, y'all do not give Porsha no type of grace. And in all honesty, y'all, this is kind of how I feel about it. I really don't feel that people don't give Porsha grace. I kind of feel like because y'all probably watch Porsha for so long, you know when she's on bullshit. And I feel like if she was just honest and just said, listen, yeah, I married him. I didn't want him. I wanted the money. I feel like people would accept her more. I kind of feel like people let her have it because y'all know that she's full of bullshit. I feel like if she was just honest and said it, that people would get over it and be like, okay. But I think the problem here is people know that she is just not being genuine. They know that she's not, honest. Like, girl, sitting there, pretend crying. Nobody cares. Like, you were married for 14 months. The 15th month you filed for divorce. You could not be that sad, especially your husband was in Dubai. Probably, okay, you was married 14 months. Your husband was probably gone 7 of those months. So now you're so broken down about a marriage, but you filed for divorce. So people like over that. What y'all saying? Somebody said she did that fake cry to Candy. After becoming engaged to Simon while he was still married and threatening Oakley to sleep. Right. It's like people just can't, they don't see it for Porsha. And I think if she just be honest, I think if Porsha was just honest and be like, yeah, I do sleep with people's husbands, I think people would accept it and move on. I don't know if I shared this with y'all. When I was like younger, I think at some point I got to realize at what point I had cut this chick off. But one of my closest friends, we were like night and day. As we got older, I just realized, girl, we are more, not alike than we're just not alike anymore. She would never have her own boyfriend. She loved messing with other people. And I used to be like, girl, why do you be doing this? But she was so fun. There are just people that this is what they do. And I think I liked her because she owned it. She never pretended that she was something that she wasn't. And I think that's what, Porsha's issue is. People understand who she is and she don't keep it real. Like Porsha sitting up there crying. Everybody like, girl, please. The only thing Porsha is probably crying about is thinking that she might not get that money. When she did promo for her show, she used Simon's last name. Next thing we knew, she was filing for divorce. Exactly. Miss Guobadia is in the building. Girl, then 2 days later, you have filed for divorce. Is that a sickness to wreck relationship? You know what? The crazy part is, I remember asking my then friend, like, girl, why you just, because it wasn't like she could have anybody she wanted. It's just that she liked it, the convenience of messing with other people, you know, boyfriends, because she could hold it over their heads. Like she liked it, you know, the control of it all, you know, that it wasn't her boyfriend. She knew who their girlfriends was, so she could always play games with them. Because I asked her, like, girl, why you be doing this? And that's kind of what she told me. Somebody said, check your DMs, please. Okay, let me check it. Let me check it right now. What the? Oh, you sent it to me. Oh, I'm about to go bring this up. Porsha Williams and simonguobadia. Okay, I see it. I see it. Thank you. I'm going to have to check that out. But yeah, I just feel like that's the problem that Porsha, she, you know, all of this fakery, girl, just be who you are. I mean, we've saw some of the most craziest people on TV and let me just give y'all an example. I like Jackie Christie from Basketball Wives. Now, Jackie Christie is crazy as hell, but I like her because she is who she is. She say who she is, and she really don't give a damn if y'all like her or not. And I feel like Porsha is definitely a likable. She can be likable, but she lies too much. She lies too much. What y'all saying in the chat? Porsha needs that butt kicked real good one day. It's wrong, but I think why women sleep with married men, because they don't have to deal with stuff the wife deal with. Yes. And they can have fun and send him home. Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, when, you know, the girl that used to be my friend, I asked her, like, girl, what is up? And that's pretty much what she said. She didn't really want to deal with him like that. And then she wanted to have, she wanted to talk to other dudes. Now, you know, that there had been times where she did have a boyfriend, but the majority of it was somebody else's boyfriend. Because I will never forget this. And this is when I start thinking, I was like, I don't want this girl to be my friend no more, because, you know, we all grew up together. Now we're in this time, we're probably in our late 30s. Yeah, we're in our late 30s at this point. And it was a girl that we knew. We had been knowing her and her family for a long time. We all friends. Now, me and her were close friends. The other girl, we were friends with her, but we wasn't close friends, but it was also a respect thing. So one day after the club, she was like, drop me off over here. And I was like, okay, you know, who you going to see? And she told me the guy's name. And I was like, wait a minute, that's such and such. And I was like, this girl is doing too much, because now I felt like she's putting me in it, because I was friends with both of them. You know, and before she would be messing with people's guys. I didn't know these people, but I felt like this girl is now putting me in the middle of it, because you are now messing with another friend that I consider this person a friend. You know, we got this respect thing going on. We're not best friends, but now you messing with her man. So I was like, me and her is not going to be friends, because it's just too much. So yeah, sometimes women don't want the convenience of, you know, being with a man like that. Men do it. I guess women can do it too. They definitely, you know, be messing with tons of people. Not all men, but yes, some do. Of course, Dennis know that. I don't remember exactly what happened, but didn't she get pregnant by Dennis shortly after meeting him, when she found out that he had these restaurants? Do y'all remember there was a scene, if I remember correctly, where she was saying how she gonna, you know, I don't remember if she was saying she was gonna get pregnant, but it was all planned, because she knew or thought Dennis had. Didn't she think the same thing about Dennis? Kind of thought he had all of this money, and it didn't really turn out like that. So the girl is kind of, well, this is what I think happened with the situation with her and Dennis. Is Dennis' mother does not play, and guess what? I like mothers who don't play about their sons and their daughters, because Dennis' mother was not going to let him walk down the aisle with her without an ironclad prenup. If y'all remember, and if I remember correctly, I believe that they could really not agree on prenup. So it was a lot of stuff going on with Dennis and Porsha to the tune that I don't believe Dennis's mother wanted him with her. I just don't. And then think about it. Calling his mama a bitch, girl, that's too much. That is so totally disrespectful. Like, that's way. And the crazy part is, Porsha said that one of the reasons that she did not want to get back with Dennis, which we know, I'm sorry, she didn't want to get back with Simon, which we actually know that Simon would not take her calls. She said that Simon disrespected her mother. But the only thing he said was the mother came to the house with some armed man. But isn't that interesting how she caused that disrespect to her mother, but yet she calls Dennis' mama a bitch? You said Dennis cheated too. Well, here's the deal. When she met him, he had said he had, was with other women. If y'all remember, they had said something about some women had tattoos. It was a whole bunch of stuff going on with Dennis. But I mean, if y'all think about it, any guy you date, he probably is talking to somebody else until you probably, get a little bit more serious with him. But I feel like, the situation between them two, they rushed. Like, they didn't really know each other. She kind of got pregnant right away. So she didn't know him well enough. And, with that, I'm sure he was talking to other people. And in all honesty, I don't know if you recall, but Porsha got really upset at Dennis' mother because it was revealed that they both were allegedly messing around with other people. But the problem came because Porsha did not want people to know that she was actually doing the same thing. Porsha is shadowing NeNe. She is going to have a great fall. I don't know what you mean. You said she's shadowing NeNe? Dennis' mom felt her Jezebel spirit, didn't she? But Dennis cheated on her while she was pregnant. Yeah, I know they talked about that, but I believe they both were, because I know when when Porsha and his mom sat down, Porsha wanted to overtalk his mother because they said Dennis cheated when, she was pregnant. And I get it. You pregnant, you don't want your man to cheat, but cheating is cheating. They said she was, cheating on him too. So, I mean, they didn't even know each other. She was talking about Marlo and she doing the same thing. Yeah, Dennis' mother definitely felt that Jezebel spirit. She definitely felt that. I mean, that's a mother. I mean, this is what I would tell my kids. The friends, I needed to be around them because I could tell what type of people they were just from being around them. And you are absolutely right. Dennis' mother knew that she was money hungry. Dennis' mother knew that if Dennis married her, that whatever she could get from him, she was most definitely going to take. And that is why she wanted Dennis to make sure he had a good prenup. If y'all even recall, now, I believe, if you're in a relationship, you should get help. Like, yes, he should help you if you're in a relationship with him. Do y'all remember when Dennis moved in with Porsha and she told the man that she wanted him to give her half of whatever she had paid or put down on her house? It was some kind of crazy stuff. And he was like, what? So, yeah, she definitely was trying to get something out of the deal. And where did she get that from, honey? Because word on the street is that she get it from her mama. I have a question. Ain't NeNe boyfriend, wasn't he married to? And she had, well, here's the deal. That's a whole nother subject. So from what I know, NeNe boyfriend was married. And if I'm correct, now I thought NeNe said she knew he was married, but that they had been separated or something like that. So if I'm correct, I thought NeNe said that she knew that he was married, but that he, him and the lady had not been together. I didn't really follow that, but if I'm correct, I thought that's what she said. I thought that's what Nene said, and I'm not sure what that relationship is like between Nene and that guy, because you will see her talking about him, and then a month later she's hugged up with him. I don't know what that is. I really don't. His wife sure did. His wife did sue Nene, and I wonder whatever happened to that. I wonder whatever happened to that. I don't know who this is. What is this? Okay. I'm sorry, y'all just read this. But yeah, so they say that this is the man that Porsha is messing around with, honey. What y'all said in the chat? I agree. Someone's wife is going to, yeah, I mean, listen, Linda. And I got some information too that came on my phone as I'm talking. I'm going to have to we're going to finish this, and I'm going to have to get back on here and tell y'all. So listen, y'all, there is definitely some kind of truth to this, because my phone is blowing up. Look at this. Y'all see that? Look at that. My phone is blowing up. So something is going on. Something is going on here, y'all. Now, I said allegedly because I don't know, but what you will learn in YouTube is whenever you are close to the truth, people start to get mad, okay? So my phone is giving me some more information. Now, what I told y'all, and I'm going to repeat it, somebody that lives in Nigeria that knows information with regards to the president's son they told me today that he hooked up with Porsha. This guy is married, and that he paid her $50K. I don't know if he paid her $50K. This is what they told me, and that she flew down to Nigeria. Now, they also told me that this guy does some Diddy-like stuff. Now, I'm just going to leave it as Diddy-like stuff, and that is what I've been told. Now, based on what, my phone, what they said on my phone, I'm going to err on the side of it sounds like it got some truth to it, okay? So, what y'all saying in the chat? What y'all saying? You should have the alleged. I don't need to have the alleged banner running across. I don't need to have that. What you said? Porsha doesn't care. She'll down a whole bottle of Hennessy before an interview just to sell that fairy tale with a straight face. As long as people are talking about her, that's all that matters. Maybe the info, the psychic. Okay, let me look back in because y'all did send me that about the psychic. I was reading this other stuff. Let's see. The psychic is, I don't know who this is. The spiritual. It says 6 days ago. Let's see how long it is. Let me go look at it. All right, y'all. Let me bring it up because they did send it to me. Let's see here. The spiritual fixer. Let's see what they're saying. The spiritual fixer media. Let's see. Y'all, I'm looking for that video that y'all said. Let's see. The spiritual fixer. All right, let me look for it another way. Porsha Williams. Y'all, I'm bringing up that video. Y'all, I'm looking up trying to bring up that video. For some reason, it's not coming up. Let's see. I think I found it. Porsha and simonguobadia, will he destroy her? What is this video? Okay, guys, I found it. Let me share it. I don't know much about this channel, so I gotta like sit here and hopefully they don't say anything crazy. Now, this video is coming from the Spiritual Fixer Media. Can y'all see my screen? Is this it? Is this who y'all talking about? All right, so I'm gonna play this and let's see what this guy is saying here. Let's see.
One of the first people to predict since back in 2021. I told you guys about Simon, what is going to happen to him, and all these things in advance. I told you guys that the government, I told you guys a lot of stuff is going to happen to him, that he's going to get exposed and all these things, you know, and you see what happened. All the man files, everything come out, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, so his past came out to haunt him. We talk about this way in advance. I was the first person. I told you guys straight up, you know, one thing with me, you know, I give you guys advanced prediction, you know, I don't guess stuff, I don't do conspiracy. We give you the real stuff here, and I'm saying, yeah, will he destroy her? That's something that we will have to wait and see. And I'm saying, yeah, you know, Porsha birthday coming up. She got the same birthday as my brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, I know how they can get on, I know how the June cancers are, you know what I'm saying? Especially ones on the cusp, you know? Yeah. So when coming to Porsha gonna always do what she needs to do to survive at the end of the day. But when coming to Simon was betrayed, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Simon was betrayed big time. We're not gonna go into certain stuff. That's some things we're not gonna put in the public. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was betrayed and he know everything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you know, see back he's in Nigeria now, you know, and a lot of things he talk about, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, when I send him to come on the plane, I see he gave an interview in Us magazine, I believe, and he talk about, you know, when they come on the plane, I was asking about his business, the deals, and all these things we predicted since back in 2021, that, you know what I'm saying, government and them gonna be looking things. But he gets set up, you know, Simon gets set up, you know what I'm saying, yeah. But Porsha, she have she gonna get I see Simon gonna get his leg back, you know, as we will say, you know. Yeah, Simon gonna get his leg back, and you know, he's gonna bounce back, he's gonna come back bigger and better. I say give him a year or two from now. Within 2 years from now, Simon is gonna be making certain moves. This whole thing motivates him.
Okay, so I was just reading the chat, so I'm just sharing his video, and that's why I said his name. This guy, you guys were telling me about this video, the Spiritual Fixer. So I'm just sharing the video. I'm going to not share it then. Y'all was telling me about it. I don't know anything about this guy. I was just sharing the video. I've never watched it. I think y'all were telling me about it with regards to whoever this dude is. I don't know. But I thought y'all said that he was talking about something with regards to something else. But it seems like he's talking about Simon more so than anything. So I don't know. I was just, like I said, I was watching it because y'all had put it in the chat. Now, what y'all saying in the chat? This industry is filled with sex trafficking. It's just new to y'all. This been going on and not a big deal in that circle. I mean, we're learning it, right? I mean, was y'all shocked to learn about the Diddy stuff? I mean, I don't think I was shocked to find out about all of the violence, but the stuff that they said they did, they could have just not, I didn't need to know that. So yeah, there's some stuff going on. They are flying people out. And it's not this flying somebody out is not new. People been doing this. They've been doing this. She went after R. Kelly. She'll go after anybody. She not getting run through. I heard some of his charges were dropped. You know, in all honesty, I don't really follow it like that. I heard some people saying that it was dropped. And then I heard some people say that it wasn't. So I wouldn't be able to tell you. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't even follow. Who follows the Diddy trial? I don't follow it like that. Like I said, I'll catch some little updates, but I don't. So this is what I heard. I know initially they did report that charges were dropped. Now, this is what I heard. So what they said was they told the jury not to really concentrate on specific charges because they felt like they didn't really prove those charges. Now, I could be wrong. I don't really follow it like that. But also, what I heard is they did not give instructions for specific charges. So I'm just like, if that's the case, then why they just didn't drop it? So I don't know. I really can't tell you a whole lot about the Diddy trial stuff because I haven't followed it. And in all honesty, when I watched it, I was really trying to see, if, the women had been locked up, tied up, because in my mind, that's kind of what I thought was happening. But when they testified and said that, they was in love with him, they wanted him to spend more time with him, I was just really not really interested at that point because to me, while there could have been some coercion or something going on, I almost felt like we were dealing with a bunch of people that were bitter and that there were other reasons as to why they actually wanted to put this man in jail, because I guess I don't understand how somebody is paying your rent, your bills, and all of this, but it just, I don't know. It just didn't seem right to me. I just wasn't really into the Diddy trial because it was just not enough there for me. I mean, I'm not saying that he's innocent. I just was expecting something different. And I mean, I didn't see it. Yeah, I don't think anything was dropped. I think so. I think it was the instructions. They kind of, told the jury not to concentrate on specifics and then concentrate on this. So it led the public to think that charges were dropped. But like I said, I don't know. I was not interested in it. What you say, Thelma? He still has his federal charges. They dropped the kidnapping and arson because those were alleged with no proof. Yeah, but this is where it gets crazy. They didn't drop any of them. So that's why people were saying that they dropped it. They didn't really drop it. They didn't really drop it. What I heard that they said was they told the jury to not focus on certain ones, which you like, okay, if we're not focusing on certain ones, then why come we can't just drop it? So it seems like they didn't really use the words that they're going to drop it, but essentially told the jury, don't focus on this or don't focus on that. So it's a little bit confusing. It's a little bit confusing. What this is? Porsha better be careful. Those Africans believe in root working. That man said Simon will get his lick back. I'm gonna watch that later. I have no idea. I've never saw that video. Closing arguments was great. So you've been watching it. You said the feds have an airtight case. Listen, I'm just saying, if Diddy go to jail, all I gotta say is These men with money need to find them some women with money. They need to stop dating women that ain't got no money, because if you date a woman that is kind of earning what you earning, you probably have a less likelihood of her suing you and wanting to really expose you. So they probably should leave the women alone that don't got no money. I mean, that should be a lesson, because in all honesty, I don't care what nobody say. You is never gonna hold me against my will when I live in my own house. I don't care what nobody say. I believe that there are bitter women. I mean, it is. And I believe when they get bitter, they do things that they would not have done if they were not. No, they took those away because they couldn't prove he blew up. Right. And see that here's the deal though. Instead of the prosecution saying that they're going to drop the charges, they didn't say that. So they didn't drop it. What they did was they told the jury, and this is from what I gathered from other, videos, is they told the jury to not concentrate on certain charges. But the thing of it is, if the jury doesn't concentrate on certain charges, what does that mean? Like, why would you just say drop it? So it's just like, I don't know what to say. In all honesty, though, I feel like, there's so many people, and it's just seem like it's a whole organizations just don't like Diddy. I feel like he probably I don't think he can get a fair trial. I just feel like even down to the jury. Now you are going into jury deliberation in 2 days, and then you take a juror, you replace 2 jurors. I just think it's a bunch of, stuff going down in that as well. Yeah, I don't, and that's what I'm saying. Everybody is saying that, and it's not true. They didn't drop anything. Everybody is saying it, and the thing of it is just because everybody is saying it don't necessarily make it true. So generally what happens, and you'll see this on YouTube, one person to do a video, then another person to do a video, and another person to do a video. Because if you think about it, if you tell them not to concentrate on on certain charges, doesn't that mean that they dropped it? But like I said, I haven't been watching it. I did do an update with a couple people today, and all of them said that, look, we are not dropping the charges. We're not dropping the charges. So I don't know, but let's see. Let me Google and see. I don't know. I haven't watched it. Let's see what they're saying on let's see. Diddy charges dropped. All right, let's see. Oh, shucks. Let's see what they saying. I really don't know. I don't know. I feel like, okay, let's see. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, so let me share this. And okay, I'm glad you said that. And that just goes into everything I said. Like, nobody likes Diddy. So it's just like, so many people and so many news, and these are reputable, supposed to be reputable people, were saying, oh no, he didn't get the charges dropped. Now it says right here, USA Today, this was today at 11:10. It says Diddy trial live updates. Prosecutors drop some kidnapping, arson, and sex trafficking charges. So it says this, but this is really going to what I said. It just seems like nobody likes Diddy. So all of these, videos and stuff that they're doing saying that the charges wasn't dropped, and here it says it was dropped. So it's just like, I don't know how this is gonna go. I feel like he can be convicted. He can get let off based on what I've watched. I've saw them say that they did it because they loved them, which to me I'm like, is that really sex trafficking? So who knows how this is going to go? But it just seemed like it's so many people that just don't like Diddy. And see, you saying not true, not dropped. And I mean, the internet said it is. And then some people said it wasn't. So it's all of this mixed information. Like the crazy part of it is people are so invested in this Diddy trial. Like you got people that really, they like, he need to go to jail for the rest of his life. Like you would think that Diddy did something to them. So it's just like, why is everybody so invested? I mean, I would just be like, hey, we just gonna watch it, and this is what happened. But some people are just, they never met Diddy in their life and want him to go to prison for the rest of his life. Just watch the trial, I guess, and make your assumption of what you think happened, I guess. Who is that? And that's what I'm saying. I don't know. As of June 25th, 2025, I mean, Sonic, you must have been watching it. I mean, I'm going to go with what you said. I don't know. I ain't been watching it. You said as of June 25th. Okay, so I would say this though, Sonic. Yesterday, there was a lot of fake stuff that was reported. Now, today is the 26th. Now, a lot of the information that was being reported yesterday, they said it was not true. So again, I don't watch it, so I don't know. The government officially dropped, yeah, that's what I thought. But I mean, if you go there now, it's saying that it wasn't dropped. Yeah, I'm not getting the transcripts. I have not followed the Diddy trial. So it would make no sense for me now to go and get transcripts. They dropped the state charges, but the federal charges are still pending. Yeah, I don't know. You said the state charges. What state charges? He's in federal court. So what are you saying state for? Yeah, this is in federal court. Yeah, listen. Again, Thelma, it is so many layers to this Diddy story. I couldn't write. Sonny said, let's continue with Porsha like this. We off on a tangent. Listen, I don't know the Diddy stuff. I have not followed it. It's just been a little bit too much for me. But back to Porsha, like I'm getting all these messages and I'll have to, come on here and talk about this later. Let's see. I'm be like, what is? Y'all, what y'all saying in the chat? The state level charged are arson. You said the state level charge was why do y'all keep talking about state when he's in federal court? What are y'all saying? He's in federal court. This is federal court. What did you say? You said, where's the fool calling us about Porsha haters? This is a live chat. Right. I mean, they blowing like, I'm gonna have to put it down. Like they blow. I mean, they just don't want. I mean, like this is what I've learned about YouTube. It's like, if y'all follow when I had talked about the Dr. Heavenly, do y'all remember how much of a fuss that made? And she was like, "Oh, it's a lie. It's a lie." Like kept saying that it was a lie. And then the crazy thing, people were actually coming in my chat like that's a lie. And do you think I'm gonna go back and forth about somebody, especially when you can go to Fulton County and look it up? And now y'all sending me texts, sending me chats and messages like, where Dr. Heavenly at? Well, I was supposed to be talking about that today until I got this information. Okay. So, hey, it is definitely something going on down in the old Nigeria in the men's, honey. I couldn't follow the trial anymore. It's overwhelming. Yes, Asha, it's too much. And I'm going to be honest, I really got turned off with all of the, we did this. I peed in the mouth. Like, listen, I'm over it. I don't want to even know. I don't want to know. It's too much. It's too much. Yeah, it was way too much for me. I was over it. I was over it. You know, and at this point, like the transcript's gonna be so thick. Like, who gonna read all of that? I mean, what I did do is I would go online and watch, do updates where they kind of told you everything that was going on. But then after that, I was really over it because it was too much. Okay, he may be in federal court, but he still had state and federal charges. That's why they were talking. That's why they were taking them off the table to prosecute him for the bigger charges. Oh, okay. So he was never prosecuted for state level offenses. And in here, I'm glad you brought that up because all of the, domestic violence, I mean, we saw that. Definitely. Yeah, he did that, but they didn't charge him with it. So, I mean, he can't be convicted of that because they didn't charge him. And, now at this late stage, would they charge him with that? I don't know. Look, I haven't followed it. The whole case just gave me a headache. Some charges, kidnapping, arson, aiding, and abetting were recently dropped, but the most serious charges, sex trafficking, racketeering, and transporting for prostitution, were still active. Yeah, I received a jury summons for July. I got to brainstorm how to get out of it. I don't want to sit in on a. You know what? Let me just explain to you what I learned about juries. And this is for you, Boggs girl. We often, times say, why people go to jail. For one, Black people don't want to do jury duty. Y'all don't want to do jury duty. So you should do your jury duty because as a citizen of the United States, you are required to do jury duty. I was called to do jury duty a couple of years ago and I was like, I ain't doing it. And then after I thought about it, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it because this is what they always say whenever jury duty time, the Black folks gonna get out of it. So if I have to do it, I'm just gonna go on and do it. We gotta, do some things that we don't want to do. A lot of times Black people are sentenced and they go to prison because there are no Black people on the jury. Our community is very different from other people community. So a lot of times some things make sense to us, but it may not make sense to other people. So I think it's very important that if you are called for jury duty, that you should go. I mean, sometimes though, you may have to get out of it. Example, let's say if you were called for jury duty and you taking care of somebody that's, handicapped, you may need to get out of it. So I think there are some circumstances, where you may need to get out of it. But I think if it's something that you can possibly do, I think you should do it because more of us definitely needs to do, we need to do that. So you should consider that. You should definitely consider jury duty if you need to go. Please go. And y'all, can we get how many people in the chat? Can I get some more likes here? I don't know why y'all don't be liking the video. Like y'all will stay here and it's probably not y'all. Is it those other people? You said, are people paid for doing this service? Are you talking about for jury duty? Are they paid? I don't know what you mean when you say, are they paid? So yes, they do pay you, but it's a very small fee. I believe when I did it for one day and then for, I guess maybe whoever the person was to complete, I don't know. All I know is, I had to fill out some paperwork and then they was like, how do you want to get paid? I did like what is it, Zelle or something where they just kind of sent it to my phone. Yeah, it was low. It was like $45 or something. It was very low. So it was very low. But just so you know, sometimes your employer will pay you as well because, during the time I was working. So my employer paid for all the days. So technically the $40 was just something extra because they paid for the full length of whatever or how long you would, be gone. So some employers will pay you for jury duty as well, but it's really low. And that's kind of the disadvantage, because in all honesty, if you have a job where you're not going to get paid, honestly, I guess that would be a problem, because then how would you, be able to support yourself? You won't be able to do it on, with no $40. That's for sure. But yeah, it's very, very low. And that's, again, that's the problem. People got to get paid. They got to get the money. They got to get the money. You said travel expenses. Well, generally for jury duty, you're not traveling anywhere. You have to you don't like travel. It's going to be within your immediate jurisdiction. So you're not traveling nowhere. Can you imagine being on the OJ trial? Yeah, I could. So I would never be on any type of things like that, because I wouldn't be able to sit on nothing like that with somebody done got slaughtered. So I believe too, in order to be on a jury, you have to be able to sit through the stuff. I wouldn't be able to sit through nothing like that. As y'all learn, even with the jury for the Diddy trial, they had to be people that can sit there and listen to all kind of sexually, explicit stuff. So that was one of the requirements that they had to have with regards to the jury trial for the Diddy case. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to sit and, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. You're not going to interrupt my, my sleep and my psyche about somebody that got slaughtered. Jobs have to let you off for jury duty. It is again, yeah, they can definitely, well, yeah, they'll let you off, but they don't have, I don't believe they have to offer you pay. I don't know what the law is with regards to that. I don't believe that they have to pay you. Most of them definitely gonna let you off. Most of them will let you off, but the problem is, $40 a day, you're not gonna be able to pay no bills with that. You are not going to be able. Are y'all hitting the like button? Let me see. Let me refresh it. Let's see here. Are y'all hitting the like button? Is anybody in the chat? Does anybody live in Atlanta? If y'all live in Atlanta, put a 1 in the chat. I want to know if you all heard about that situation with that Uber driver who got attacked. I'm sorry, the passenger who got attacked by the Uber driver. Did anybody hear about that? If you live in Atlanta, you may have heard about it. If not, you probably would not. Right. Yeah. Just because you got a summons, that's absolutely true, because you have to go down there. And you're right, because when I sat down there, they were like, go here, go here. So they were kind of dividing the people up. Yeah. So at least, you'll go that one day to, see if you're going to get picked. So somebody said they live in Atlanta. Good. Okay. So Boston Babe, did you hear about that lady who got assaulted by that Uber driver? You wasn't that let's bring that up, y'all, because I was just so what you think about it, because I was so sad when I saw that. Let me see if I can bring it up. Okay, y'all, here it is right here. All right. Here it is right here. Thank you. Who was that? Rosiah Morrison. Thank you so much for the super chat. So y'all, I want to show y'all this video. This video, this is a mess. Let's get into it. Let's see here. Why come y'all can't hear it? Oh.
Cell phone video of the moment an Uber comfort ride turned into chaos. The driver, Miracle Smith, and the passenger, Tabitha Turner, can be seen going at it when all of a sudden, Smith sprays Turner with mace, forcing her to drop her phone.
I just wanted to go home after work and see my daughter.
That's Turner. She says she wasn't only physically assaulted, but is also receiving backlash after Smith took to social media about the incident.
They flooded my social media with threats. They've reached out to people I work with and work for.
But as the saying goes, it takes two to tango. And this video shows just that.
When people watch this video, when some people do, they're going to say, listen, you were asked to get out of the car multiple times. You also called her an R slur. You're not so much a victim, but an instigator. Sure. How do you respond to that?
There is no one who's going to watch this video and come away from it believing that my client instigated this thing in any way.
Why are you in a car? You feel threatened. This is what I do for work. This is how I'm paying to go to school. Like, I would never attack any passenger that has ever gotten in my car. I just wanted her to get out of the car.
That's Smith, and she says she sprayed Turner with mace in self-defense because.
So here's my deal. I know we done all probably rode in the Ubers before, but you know, Uber, a Lyft, when you pay for a ride, because I know y'all done, you know, pay for the ride and it canceled and you got to wait for the money to go back on your card. Why did you have to spray the lady in the face because she didn't get out? Now, the reason why I asked y'all if y'all lived in Georgia, because it was like 106. Let me tell you, yesterday it was so damn hot that you could not let your window down. Like, it was just that hot. See, I have an electric car. The reason why I try to let mine down, because I was running out of electric. You know, you got to charge your car. And what happens is with the electric car, everything runs on electricity. So me turning on the air, driving and all of that, it you know, brings the electricity down. So when they say the passenger asked the lady to turn on the air, in my mind, I'm like, why would she be driving an Uber, especially yesterday, and have the windows down? So the lady is like, can you please turn on the air? So I'm just like, why would that be such a bad problem? And then now I don't know if this is true, y'all. Yeah, right. It was hot as heck, Kay. So I guess she asked the lady to get out. Now, here's my deal. If you're going to ask somebody to get out, I think you need to take them to a safe location. Now, what I'm hearing is that they were like in the middle of the street. Like, how can you tell somebody to get out? This is Atlanta, and they will run you to hell over and keep going. So the fact that you told somebody to get out after they paid for a ride, the person didn't get out, and you sprayed them with mace, you committed this assault. So I'm just like not understanding why this girl felt justified in spraying somebody in the face and said, because you told them to get out. Well, they paid for the ride. So you really shouldn't tell them to get out. I guess you would at least need to take them safely to, you know, the side of the road. But I'm just like, what y'all think about that? Has anybody watched that video where, you know, they had gotten into it and now you have the Uber driver crying, saying she was assaulted. But I'm like, girl, you just maced and assaulted somebody. So if somebody spray you in the face, are you just going to sit there or are you going to be swinging or, you know? So I'm just like, it's real unfortunate. Right. She paid for the service and should have completed it. The car conditions have to accommodate the passenger. Yes. And that's what I'm saying. Yesterday of all days, I'm telling y'all, because I had to let the windows down because my electric was running low. And I was like, look, I'm just going to go back home and charge versus try to look for somewhere else to charge and then be somewhere stranded. So I was just like, wait a minute, I'm going to play it again. I don't know if y'all saw it. Let me play it again.
I just wanted a cool Uber. Call the cops or refund my money.
This is cell phone video of them.
And this is the thing. I feel like the girl should have just called the cops. Listen, I'm not going to be putting my hands on somebody on on, being recorded. Now the driver has a warrant for her arrest. So it's like, if you want the lady, just call the police. You putting your hands on somebody, and then a lot of people were in the comments saying, if somebody tell you to get out, you have to get out. No, this is a paid service. She paid for a service. Y'all done roll Uber and Lyft, you actually prepay for the service. So I prepay for the service, and then you tell me to get out. Like, I'm not understanding it. And from my understanding, she was in town for work.
The moment an Uber comfort ride turned into chaos. The driver, Miracle Smith, and the passenger, Tabitha Turner, can be seen going at it when all of a sudden, Smith sprays Turner with mace, forcing her to drop her phone.
I just wanted to go home after work and see my daughter.
That's Turner. She says she wasn't only physically assaulted, but is also receiving backlash after Smith took to social media about the incident.
They flooded my social media with threats. They've reached out to people I work with and work for.
But as the saying goes, it takes two to tango, and this video shows just that.
When people watch this video, when some people do, they're going to say, listen, you were asked to get out of the car multiple times. You also called her an R slur. You're not so much a victim, but an instigator. Sure. How do you respond to that?
There is no one who's going to watch this video and come away from it believing that my client instigated this thing in any way.
Why are you in a car? You feel threatened. This is what I do for work. This is how I'm paying to go to school. Like, I would never attack any passenger.
So here's my deal. She says this is how she pay for school. Like, why you fighting at your job though? You sprayed that lady in the face. You could have very easily called 911 and the police would have been there in 2.2 seconds. You initiated a fight and then said that you wouldn't do that when you clearly spraying mace at somebody is assault. Like, you are trying to fight them. So I'm just listening to her like, girl, we didn't see that. So she's telling us how she uses Uber to pay for school and how this is her job. But girl, you fighting at your job. You do realize that this is your job.
That has ever gotten in my car. I just wanted her to get out of the car.
That's Smith. And she says she sprayed Turner with mace in self-defense because she saw Turner pull out some sort of sharp object. Next thing you know, Smith says the two are out of the car and Turner begins to attack her.
So the bite mark is like right here, right up above the end of my jawline on this side. And then for my eye, I have stitches here. And then the blood vessels in my eye are bruised and healing currently.
Needless to say, the police were called, and since then, a warrant has been issued for Smith's arrest. She tells,
I just wanted a cool Uber.
I don't know, y'all. That was just really hard to watch. Imagine trying to get you a ride to go somewhere and get in a whole fight. That's crazy. I mean, I'm just like, girl, why is it such a problem if somebody asks you to turn on the air? Like, this is the client or the passenger or whatever you want to call her. I mean, can you not turn the damn air on? Like, it was so hot. Right. I mean, her face looks a mess, but I'm just like, if you are spraying somebody, like, what do you expect them to do? And then she said the lady was reaching for something sharp. I'm just like, y'all, that was I just really hate it for both of them. Exactly. Girl, that's why I love y'all. Y'all be on it. She didn't want to turn the AC on because she was trying to save on gas being cheap. That's what I said. I just didn't want to say it because I'm like, girl, you didn't turn that air on because you were trying to be cheap. And when that lady asked you to turn that air on, you got an attitude because, for one, you was bogus anyway. The air in a car that runs off of gas, that's into your gas. Like, for me, mine was electric, But I was like, dang, I got to roll the windows down because I don't even have enough electric. I need to make it back home. So you didn't turn that damn air on, girl, because you was trying to save on gas and got an attitude. Like, where do they do that at? To the tune that you sprayed somebody with mace? Yeah, you can use mace to protect yourself if you're being attacked. But darling, you started the attack by get out of my car. Shh. And then go spraying the lady in the face. And then now she done, put some scratches on you, and now you want to tell us about it. But they said I was reading some of the comments. I had to stop reading it. The way they were dragging the passenger, I'm just like, people were like, well, why you just didn't get out? That, who knows? Maybe that was the credit card that she used that just had enough to get her home. I mean, who knows? I mean, but I'm just like, wow. But at the end of the day, girl, you fired from Uber because you can't do that. Right. Right. Yeah, she clearly was trying to save on gas, and that was that. You trying to save on gas, riding around with people in a hot car. It just don't make no sense. It makes no sense. Well, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm tired. I will see y'all later. And tomorrow, I will be talking about the topic that I was supposed to be talking about, because I'm frankly tired of Porsha at this point. But I do have some more stuff to talk about because they just been texting me the whole time. But I'm probably going to skip tomorrow because I'm tired. I wasn't going to talk about Porsha today, but I got some more stuff that I was going to be talking about today. But I said, you know what? Let me talk about this now while it's still kind of fresh in my mind. So tomorrow I got something else that I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. So I'll see y'all.